Welcome to Healthy Cooking for Food Lovers. We are making sun-dried tomato. It's tomato season and we have plenty. So we're gonna make the sun-dried tomato and keep that for the whole winter. And it's quite a simple process. I'm gonna make them in the oven, and of course it's called sun-dried tomatoes, so the same process would work if you sit them in the sun, except here it's gonna take about 8 or 9 hours, and outside in the sun it would take maybe 5 days, 4 or 5 days, but the same process is still works. So to start with, we're gonna prepare our baking sheet to put our tomato on, and we're gonna use parchment. Now, as you know, when you put the parchment in your tray, it bounces back, it goes all over the place. So what we do, we put it in hot water. So your sheet becomes all soft, and then when you put it in your tray, you can really fit it in and it stays there, stops bouncing all over the place, and then we can sit it like that. Okay, I'll put that aside. Now let's start with our tomato. We have beautiful Italian tomato, and this is the best to use for sun-dried tomato, and it's quite simple, very simple. So what we're gonna do is just cut them into, they've been washed first, very important. We wash them, and then we are going to just take some of the seeds out with a little teaspoon like that. So just go here with your spoon and squeeze out some of the seeds. Just like that. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit left, but we just got to do that with all our tomato, taking out some of the seeds. Our tomatoes are ready to go into the oven. We have 4 trays. That's gonna be so delicious. What I'm gonna do first is just pat them a little bit with a paper towel, just to take just a little bit of the moisture out of our tomato. If I see there's a little bit more, I might just go like this. So just gently pat them. Our tomatoes are quite big. You can make that with the small cherry tomato as well. You would still use the one that are like a pear shape, the Roma tomato, Italian tomato. But here we have some quite big ones. But what we need to look for is we don't want them to go crunchy dry, super dry. We want them to be like leather. So it's just a matter of checking in the oven. So I'll just keep patting a little bit. All we need to add now will be some salt. So salt is quite important here to help to get some of the moisture out when it's in the oven. We'll start adding some salt now. I'm using always the pink Himalayan salt. This is my favorite. That's what I like to use. We're just gonna start adding on, and we need to make sure that each piece of tomato has salt on them. Not too much, but just a little bit of salt on each one of them. And now our tomatoes are ready to go into the oven. It will be at 175 Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Celsius, and they will stay there all day. Hey, it's tomorrow already. So we decided to leave some of the tomato a little bit longer because I had all different sizes, and some were ready or before, and some other one took a little bit longer. So altogether, the longest one were there for about 15 hours, and I was just checking and taking some out as they were ready. And let me show you one of them here. That's pretty much one of the biggest, this one. And this is it's still quite soft. So that's what we want. We don't want them to be crunchy. We want them to feel like, I think leathery is the way to describe it. It feels a little bit like leather, still soft. I have some that are a little bit more dry and just a bit harder, but they still have a little bit of flexibility. So that's the texture that you want with your sun-dried tomato. So now we just have to put them in jars and put some little herbs together and oil, and that's it. They will be ready and we can keep them for a long time that way. So this big tray here is what we got at the end with the 4 trays that we had, and that's what we have ready to put in our jars. So I like to keep them in a certain order, so I place them sort of standing and I will go around the jar to store them that way. So we just go all around. I'm just placing all my biggest one now, and they're all gonna be. So what we want to do is to make it a little bit tight in there, sort of squash them a little bit together, and so there's more room now. And after one layer of tomato, I will start adding a little bit of my herbs and oil as well. So at this point I have half of the tomato in. I like to put a little pinch of oregano, and it's our fresh oregano that we got from our garden and we dried it, and then it's ready to be used now. The little pinch of basil. We'll put 1/2 a clove of garlic in there as well. And then now we'll add some oil, and then we'll put the second layer on top. Now for the sun-dried tomato, I'm using olive oil and avocado oil, 50/50, and I like to warm it up a little bit so it gets a little bit thinner and it goes all inside the tomato nicely. So it's just warm, not hot. You don't want to fume that oil. You just want to heat it up a little bit, and then we'll start filling up our jar with the oil and our beautiful herbs. Okay, now we will add some more tomato. Okay, now we're gonna put a little pinch of oregano, a little pinch of basil on top, one more little clove of garlic, and I just push it in with the tomato, and we'll top it up with our oil, and that's all done. So you need to cover all of the tomatoes with oil, so I'll add on a little bit more, and that's it. Okay, now we just cover it, and it's ready to be stored, and it's gonna stay nice and fresh and delicious. Et voila, our beautiful sun-dried tomato. They are sweet, they are delicious. Now they're gonna sit in the oil with the herbs and the garlic, and they're gonna taste amazing when we open that jar and we taste it again. So it can sit there for months because it's all covered in oil, so it's gonna preserve and it's gonna stay. And we're gonna use this for salads, we're gonna use it in pasta, pizza, whatever you like. So sun-dried tomato. Bon appetit!